Well, welcome back, my friends all, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. A humpback, or as Jerbs calls it, the ugly son rendition. Now, my guy BC Jerbs got into the first annual Choir Boys Outdoors Knife Building Challenge, and I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to listen to old Scabberdo. I have smiled since I put my hand on this knife. Now listen, this competition means way more to me than it will ever mean to anybody else for a lot of reasons. But to the 5 contestants who put faith in me and who entered, I will forever be appreciative. Now, I love Jerbs with all my heart. He's one of the best dudes on the internet. And the truth is, this is absolutely a vibe knife. You'll either get it or you won't. And you know the thing I love about Jerbs is this: if you don't, he's okay with it. I'll tell you who absolutely loves it and who adores it is William Collins. Matter of fact, I'm going to tag William in this one. I think the thing that William loved the most about this one was just kind of the out-of-the-box thinking. Now, the thing with the ugly son is this. It's ugly. However, I've just smiled the whole time. You say, Scab, it's because y'all's friends. That's not it. It's really not. Jerbs is one of the most straightforward, honest people, and that was one of the dumbest things I've done in a while. And, well, no, chopping myself in the arm was one of the dumbest. I'm sorry. One of the dumbest statements I've made in a while. But here's the thing. Jerbs, every step of the way, we communicated, right? So let me give you some specs. It's 1/4-inch blade stock. So this is made by BC Jerbs. It is the humpback, because they have a humpback whale visit their island every year, I believe. Or the ugly son, I guess because Jerbs is ugly. I don't know. Very handsome to me. I don't know why he would do that. But the weight on this knife, now it's got some weight to it. It's 14.3 ounces. It's 1/4-inch. It's 80 CRV2. He put oak handle scales on it. The overall length is 9 3/4 inches. The blade length is 5 inches. The blade width is 1 3/4 inches. Now, the cutting edge is 5 inches, right? He ran it all the way down to the handle, and I like the way he did that. He put a little choil right under the blade. The handle is 4 5/8. The inner grip is 4 5/8. So you know what I'm going to say there. I adore that. The handle width, or handle thickness, is 3/4. So it'll fill up your hand. Now, the thing that I love about this knife is this. It is a wood processing machine. Jerbs is honest to a fault. He's like, Scab, I'm not the best sharpener. It's okay. It's not that sharp. Here's the thing. It wasn't razor sharp, okay? Now, I did strop it a little bit before this review, but here's my thing. With this knife, honestly, this is just a wood processing beast. It really is. And I'm going to show you that. I do a lot of batoning, some light chopping. You can definitely chop with this. It has a nice forward cant, so you can get that. You can get a pinch grip on it. There's a couple of things that I do want to point out. Had this been, how can I say it? The thought process on the design is there. It's there. I love the thought. I love everything about it. And Jerbs even himself said he's got to refine it. And I think refine is the word there. Don't reinvent the wheel. Keep this, Jerbs. I'm telling you, dude, you got something cooking here. Maybe thin out behind the edge a little bit. And the other thing that I discussed with Jerbs was changing the handle scales, and I'll tell y'all why. Right now, everything is fit up flush. It's smooth. It feels great in hand. It really does. And you can see right here, we're just going to baton for a while. And while I'm thinking about it, man, huge shout out to What's the Point EDC. Frankie over there sent me that baton. He keeps me in batons. Brother, I appreciate you. Thank you. Go check him out. But the thing is this, guys. This thing I've beat the hell out of. Jerbs beat the hell out of it. What does that tell us? Well, it tells us his heat treat is spot on, right? Remember the word refinement. That has nothing to do with the heat treat. Keep the heat treat, son. The thing with the oak handles was this. It was cooler. When I went to Blackie's, the humidity was different, and the handle scales actually shrunk. It's a learning process, man. And that's why I'm so excited about this contest. I've seen, now I don't know Randy from Stitch Gear personally, Randy Smith. I don't. I'm hoping to meet him one time at Blackie's. But the other 4 contestants I know and talk to. And I've seen a transformation in those 4. I really have, or in 3. Ken, I think, is an established maker. Last Chance Knives, Ken, won the contest. His knife is boxed up. It'll be headed to Blade Show with Carnivora. So excited about that. But Electro, Jerbs, and Billy. Dude, it's just what the competition was about. Making a knife. Making something on your own and turning it in. And Jerbs did an amazing job. Now, the design on this is a collaboration between Matt Pearson, rest in peace, my brother, Miss Kimmers, that is Jerbs Megatron, and Ron T. Sawyer, quite possibly the best looking man on the planet, hands down, bar none. And let me just stop right here and tell you this, all bullshit aside, you will not find, and I mean this, you will not find 4 better people than that right there. But Ron T. Sawyer and BC Jerbs are the salt of the earth, man. Matt Pearson was an awesome brother in the blade, and he is missed, and he had a hand in this. He had a hand for sure. Miss Kimmers actually had a lot to do with the final shaping of this knife. So there's a lot involved with this. Now, when I'm done with it, I'm going to clean it up. Probably this upcoming weekend, I'm going to send it to Ron T. Sawyer. Again, Ron is quite possibly the best looking man you've ever saw. Go check them out. Go check all these people that I'm shouting out, man. They're awesome. The other thing that Jerbs did incredibly well was he had a 90-degree spine. The reason that I love Jerbs and Matt and Ron and Kimmer so much is this. A couple years ago, I discovered the Fatwood Fire Friday community. And what they do, man, is they take lighter knot and they have a fire and they'll dedicate it to someone. And it's one of the most beautiful things. And they welcomed us in. And when I say us, I mean everybody with the choir boy community, the knife community. Man, they just wrapped their arms around us and welcomed us in. I have made lifelong friends doing this. And there's 3 of them that are still here. And I miss Matt. I really do. He's an awesome guy. I know Jerbs and I know Ron miss him big time. That said, all of these guys had a hand in this knife. So what do you do when a Fatwood guy sends you a knife? Well, you build a Fatwood fire. And basically what you do is you shave up a bunch of lighter knot. I had a few sticks left from what Matt sent me. I'm still saving a couple. I've had some Douglas fir from Redneck Renegade, and I believe I had some. I know I've got some from Carl Ruger. I used some of that in Michigan, and I believe I got some from Ron. I used some of that. And what I'm doing right here is a trick from Blackie Thomas. Now, big shout out to Blackie. He's racing to 100,000. Get over there. But what I wanted to do is I want to make several sticks. So we got 4 people involved in this knife. We've got Kimmers, we got Jerbs, we got Matt Pearson, and we have Ron T. Sawyer. So I'm making 4 sticks. I'm going to do a Fatwood fire and dedicate it to the 4 of them. Now, here's what you do. You whittle these down small. I mean small, almost matchstick thickness, okay? And then you stick them up. I'm going to make the fire on my stump. Now, I also wanted to do this to show y'all that while this is somewhat of a bruiser of a knife that's held up incredibly well, I mean, it's taking it on the chin. It also shaved up a bunch of lighter knots, got a great 90-degree spine. In the back of that fire, if you look right there where my blade's pointed, there are four sticks of lighter knot, and they'll go up like candles, and that's for you 4 guys. Man, I love y'all. God knows I do. Jerbs, man, I cannot wait to see how you progress. The one thing William said about all of you is keep working, keep grinding, keep moving. Don't give up. This fire's for y'all. While we watch it burn, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 bets a day took their own lives. Now, we're at the weekend, the number's higher. The actual number's anywhere from 15 to 29. That's why on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. Guys, personally, I back the blue. I've got my reasons. I know the whole back the blue till it happens to you. It's happened to me more than it'll happen to you. I have my reasons, and that's why I just don't shove it down your throat. We can agree to disagree, but if you're law enforcement, I do support you. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Last 2 things on the knife. Jerbs made the sheath. In typical Jerbs, he says, Gab, I got to work on it. But you know what? The guy made a knife. He made a sheath. He added a ferrocenium rod. I used his ferrocenium rod to start this fire. The guy embodies this competition. And Jerbs, man, I say this honestly, I love you. Hey, let's just watch this fire out, guys. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.